My name is Ronaldo James Olampiada Suarez. I am the son of the youngest and most beautiful, the previously introduced
Fashionista.
Olampiada Suarez, and my father, Chester Suarez. My grandson to Rafaela Natanawan Olampiada. Originally, I had planned on talking about what Lola personally meant to me. However, I found that I cannot talk about what Lola means to me without talking about what Lola means to each and every one of her grandchildren, her opos. Each one of us she took care of. Each one of us she knew through and through. Although Lola might have meant many different things to each of her grandchildren, in my mind, the main reason that all of us hold Lola dear to our hearts is because through her strength, tireless effort, and loving compassion, Lola provided us with the gift of a supportive family life, a warm, comforting sense of home. In a world and a time where work and financial difficulties and concerns always seem set on denying us these things. For many of us, she eased the pressures of these difficulties and concerns placed on the relationships between us, her grandchildren, and our parents, her children, and their spouses. When our parents had to work hard, long hours, sometimes before the sun had risen, and other times when the sun had set, Lola was the one who fed us home-cooked meals, bathed us, did our laundry, washed our dishes, and so on, so that we would not have to shoulder these burdens and take away from our own school responsibilities and living our lives as developing children. When our parents came home physically and mentally exhausted after work, Lola was the one to talk with us, to listen to our problems and concerns, to give us wise counsel and advice, to understand us, to show us how to navigate life's difficulties successfully. And when it was good for us, to scold us when we needed it. And whenever we felt resentful, saddened, and unloved, because our parents always seemed to be away at work for so long and so much, or too exhausted when they returned home, Lola was the one to help us understand that our parents did these things out of love for us, to provide us with a secure life in the future, and tell us embarrassing stories about our parents that not only made us laugh, but also made us feel close to them when they seemed so far away at times. But Lola did much more than heal and mend the strains that developed in the relationships between us, her grandchildren, and our parents, her children, and her spouses. As the emotional and spiritual center of her children and grandchildren, she brought us all together, many times literally under one roof. Through her brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, came together to form a strong, intricate web of family relationships with one another, to form a family that runs wide and deep, and in which her love and compassion would flow through each of us. Cousins would become like brothers and sisters. Uncles and aunts would be like second fathers and mothers. In a world where work and financial issues and concerns were always threatening us to keep us apart, it was Lola's love and compassion that kept us together through good and bad, hard and easy times. This is Lola's gift to us. Along with my brother and the youngest of our apos, Paolo, son to my Uncle Jordan. I'm one of Lola's opposed that has probably spent the least time with her. My father was in the military, and I spent my childhood and teenage years growing up in different places around the world. As a result, I only had the chance to see Lola once every few years, and only very briefly whenever we went to California on vacation. Yet even so, Lola's love for me found its way to the farthest corners of the world, wherever I might be. But Lola's greatest gift to me was the fact that she saved and kept warm a space for me and the family she built and nurtured her whole life. When I arrived after my long time away from California, I found that it was as if I never left. Aunts, uncles, cousins, all welcomed me with open arms. I thank you, Lola, from the bottom of my heart, for all the things that you have done for me and all of your grandchildren. May you rest in peace, reunited in the loving arms of our beloved Lola, in the heavenly kingdom of our Father. Thank you very much.